Going against the best side chest in the league, you better watch out.
The world.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the Persian Wolf, Hadi. So it's great that Hadi on board makes sure that his greatest athletes, they take time off gear and from the PEDs after every major competition, like the Olympia, like the Arnold. But most importantly, Hadi also fully understands that the most important aspect in professional bodybuilding is continuously getting better while staying as healthy as he can be. And it is kinda too bad we did not get to see the best of Hadi at this year's Miss Olympia. Now we are hoping that we are gonna see an even better version from what we saw at this year's Arnold for next year at the Olympia. Because the thing is, if that was the case this year, maybe Hadi would have been 2 times Olympia champion already. But turns out peaking for multiple shows per year, and that too when you have already perfectly peaked, that is in fact very challenging for some guys. And that is the reason Hadi isn't aiming to defend his Arnold title in 2025. So Hadi got beat by Samson Dauda for the very first time in his career. And Hadi has to bring his all-time best to beat a guy like Samson Dauda, who is so much bigger than him. Because the thing is, I think we can all admit that Samson Dauda has a better body than Hadi overall. His overall combination of size and aesthetics, plus the kind of conditioning that he brought, that was just spectacular. And Hadi will be needing to bring his all-time best to take him on again. I was kinda surprised when Hadi was asked to choose his personal favorite physique over the years. Now the man chose his 2019 version instead of 2024, and he was considerably smaller back in 2019 compared to now.
I weigh the biggest. I bet you're 18 pounds heavier than me.
Than you?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yep.
What do you weigh right now?
238.
I'm 251.
Not
That's
quite.
only 13.
I was close though.
So Chris Bumstead and Martin-Fitzwater, they're doing such a great job hyping up this upcoming prog. So in his latest video, cbum weighed himself and he was at 260 pounds, which by the way is 18 pounds above his classic physique weight
It's
count.
gonna be 260. Because he's been eating muffins. I have not. Paul,
260.
260, you fat boy.
Oh shit. Maybe this thing's a little heavier.
He also has his shoes on and his shirt.
So one thing is pretty certain at the moment. Chris Bumstead is for sure gonna play some size game at the expense of his trademark conditioning and the kind of dryness that we are used to seeing on him. The kind of separation and lines that he always brought to classic physique Miss Olympia stage. But the question right now is that, how much of that size game can he play and still get away with that? Because he cannot look all watery and soft while he's up against a guy like Martin. So all these big guys in classic physique, they have a certain weight where they look at their absolute best. And that weight isn't their weight cutoff. And for cbum, it isn't 242 pounds. And same is true for a guy like Ramondino and Ursula Shinsky as well. Because we have seen it in the past so many times. They are losing some fullness, some muscle to get down to their weight cap. So cbum coming in at around 250 pounds on the stage, that I believe is gonna be a great look. Now for anyone who is wondering, is Chris Bumstead really putting on so much muscle at such a fast pace? Then that's certainly not the case. It's all that glycogen that is pretty common in all the professional bodybuilders that comes with that rebound phase. And that is why there's that theory that the post-show rebound phase, that is the best phase to grow, to put on some muscle. And some of the best looks of all these guys that have witnessed post-competition.
He's not trying to suck you dry now, so you're just like, you're not used to that. That's what an open bodybuilder gives to eat, bro.
It's true. He told me today though, he wants me to start pulling down tomorrow.
I mean, you'll have to eventually. Like those last 2 weeks, you gotta start.
Had some muffins before the gym. Hani said, last time you can have a high carb day, back day, push it all in your back, and then I gotta start dieting next week, so fun time. Martin's laughing at me.
So do you guys think cbum is gonna place top 5? In case Akim Williams and Rafael also jump into prog, then we are gonna have 3 top 10 Olympians in this prog lineup.
My lower back has been hurting for the first time in the game. I've never been full. I'm like, oh, my lower back.
So I was like, you don't even know what it feels like to rebound out of a show. It's been like 10 years since you've done that.
So we saw the best of Louis Breed this year. Top 5 at Tampa Pro, top 4 in Texas, and finally top 3 at Europa Pro, which was the best placing of his professional career so far. So what's next for Luis Breed? Well, he is going for the Big Man weekend, which is happening in Spain, which makes him 4 weeks out of this show. And that is the way to do it. If you aren't a shape freak, if you do not have a pretty or an aesthetic looking physique, you have got to choose the show more strategically. And Luis just did that, because chances are that no former Olympian is gonna be at that show, at the Big Man weekend. Now, if you are gonna define that hard grainy look, just look at the physique of Luis Breed. He is so damn grainy and packed with such dense muscles, front to back, top to bottom. So some of his best looks, they were seen this year before Europa Pro, where he had hardness like Branch Warren, and Europa Pro turned out to be the best physique of his career so far. Now Bruno Santos won that show instead of Andrea Presti, and I think Luis also got a very good look by the judges, and that too for the win. Now conditioning wise, Luis can probably match anyone, any guy who steps on the Olympia stage, and he is continuously getting better with every passing show. So let's see who shows up in Spain, because Luis aims to secure his Olympia qualification at that show, and as of right now, we only know one other name, and that is Hadi. The Romania Pro official competitors list, that is out now, and all the eyes, they are on those two heavy hitters, Akim Williams and Rafael Brandao. So the fight between the top 8 and the top 10 guy from this year's Miss Olympia, that is gonna be really interesting. Now both these guys, they published similar kind of physique updates, showing their quads. Now considering that Akim Williams was finally able to beat Rafael Brandao at this year's Olympia finals, this, I have to say, isn't a done deal for Rafael Brandao, because the thing is, the man hasn't been very consistent throughout this year, especially in terms of conditioning. He was way off for Arnold Brazil, and he wasn't at his all-time best at this year's Miss Olympia. But his coach Neil Hill, he has had him on really low carbs for days now, post-Olympia this year. And the reason is so that he shows up with more detail, more separation that was missing from his physique at the Olympia. Now I have again got to say Akim Williams, he can certainly win Romania Pro if somehow he is able to nail his peak and nail his look for the very first time at the prejudging this year. Because the thing is, out of all the 3 shows that Akim did in 2024, he always looked way better at the finals compared to the prejudging. So all the eyes are on this exciting battle between Rafael Brandao and Akim Williams, which is happening next weekend. So the other standout in this list, that is Emir, who also had his best year this time in his entire pro career. He was second behind Tonio Burton at this year's Cali Pro, top 3 at Flex Pro Italy, behind Nathan Diesha and Barros Tabani, and top 3 in Portugal, behind Nathan and William Barnack. Now I have to say you cannot sleep on this guy, because he is gonna get you if you miss your mark, because he is one of the most conditioned, one of the most straight guy in the men's open class. Emir along with Martin-Fitzwater, they are the youngest RB pro competing in the men's open division. So Emir is definitely gonna be in the mix. And finally we have Hadi, aka Marcelo, who by the way also has a chip on his shoulder, because he is gonna be stepping back on the stage for the very first time after this year's Arnold Ohio. Because we all saw that wasn't a good look for a guy like Hadi. So the Arnold Ohio lineup, that was just a bit too much for Hadi. So this is gonna be a real test for him and his potential. Because the thing is, some people say him placing top 3 in the same show Romania Pro last year, which by the way was also his pro debut, that was a fluke. So here is his chance to prove it to the bodybuilding world that he is the real deal. Now, obviously we are not expecting him to win here. He isn't even close to the level of guys like Rafael Brandao or Akim Williams, especially if they are both at their very best. But to regain some of his hype, Horse must finish in the top 3 at this year's Romania Pro. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.